Welcome on in, guys. Three bold takes, and we're starting a five-part series on giving our way too early top 25 rankings heading into 2024. This video is part one, spots 21 through 25, and there will be a playlist on the channel so you can watch them all for your convenience. So, first off, fellas, obviously we need to start with 25, and then what we'll do is we'll just give our 25 through 21 all in a row, and then we may have some discussion here and there. But Chase, I want you to go first. Who's in your 25 through 21?
25 through 21, man, I got to give some love to a group of five here. Or actually not group of five. I think it's the Big 12 now. My bad, guys. SMU. They had a really solid season last year, 11-1. No, actually, group of five. My bad. But they're moving to the Big 12, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's the ACC.
ACC. I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing it right now. Anyway, solid season last year. Only in the regular season they lose to Oklahoma and runner-up national champion to the national champions TCU last year. And then they lost to Boston College in their bowl game. But SMU had a great season. I love what they were doing. Their offense is electric. I think they're going to kind of fit in with the ACC. Number 24, lost their coach. But man, give me Arizona. I'm not sure that they're going to recreate exactly what they did last year, but the biggest reason of keeping them in the top 25 is they kept their star quarterback that was a true freshman, a redshirt freshman, I believe, and their star wide receiver pass catcher, man. I think both those guys staying there really helps them out. And so I'm going to lock them into the top 25. At 23, they finished unranked last year as his first year, but I'm going to go Luke Fickle and the Wisconsin Badgers. They finished unranked, but I think that they will be a solid team in the Big Ten this year. 22, I'm going to give some love to Tulane. Always a solid team, always a solid like 15 to 25 range team. They're going to win about 10, 11 games. They've been doing really well lately. Picked up Troy's head coach, and I think they're going to continue the level of dominance they've had. And then lastly, 21, give me Brom and the Louisville Cardinals, baby. I think last year is going to be a little bit of a fluke. I think he's going to have kind of a sophomore slump this year, but it's not going to be anything crazy. I think it's going to be more of an 8-4 year. It's not going to be a 10-win season, I don't think, but as long as he keeps attacking the transfer portal, I think they're going to do great things. So, Quinn?
Yeah, for me at 25, I wanted to start with a team that by no means based on what they did last year, they should not be in your top 25, but I do expect this team to finish ranked going into next year. So at 25, I'm going to put Auburn. I really like what I'm seeing coming out of Hugh Freeze down on the plains. I think they're not going to, I want to suggest, I don't think they're winning the SEC or anything like that, but I do think there are going to be some big wins come out of that program this year. And they're going to really build momentum going into 2025. I expect them to probably finish right around 18, 17 with a 8-4 type season in the SEC. All right, my number 24, I really like where Chase went with SMU, and that's also where I'm going. I think out of all the G5 schools last year, for my money, SMU was the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I know they lost their bowl game. It was competitive and hard fought. You could not say the same thing for Liberty's outing against Oregon. So that's where I slot in the Mustangs as my number 24. At number 23, I'm a big fan of the Kansas Jayhawks. I think they're going to continue to be this like 7-8 win type team in the Big 12. Again, a conference that when we were talking, and I forget which video we were talking this in, I highlighted them as my like, oh, it was our top coaches in the Big 12. I view them as a team that's going to continue to be a program style team, which is what you're going to need to win in the future Big 12. There is no major brand that's going to consistently out recruit another school. And because of their competitive edge, I think in talent building, as long as they keep their current head coach, I think they're going to continue to be a consistent threat in the conference. My number 22, this is where I'm going to go and stay in the Big 12 and present you with their in-state rival, Kansas State. I think Kansas State is just a slightly better version of what Kansas has going on, mainly because they've had years to build it up and maintain it. And that's always going to give them an edge. When you think of football in the state of Kansas, you definitely think of the Wildcats before you think of the Jayhawks. And then I'm going to round out my number 21. I'm going to the ACC. again and going with the Miami Hurricanes. I do expect big things from Miami going into 2024, and I think they will be the quote unquote surprise team. Don't be shocked when I get on here all summer and hype them up to have a great year. They're definitely the team. They're my Penn State for 2024. So get ready for that. But I'm gonna have them slotted firmly at 21 for my preseason poll.
Really quick, Fred, I didn't want to get flamed. I didn't put Auburn, but I was feeling it, man. I was feeling it in top 25, but I was like, you know what? Quinn and Freddie are going to flame me. I won't do it. So props to you, Quinn. Props to you, Quinn. Fred.
Yeah, Quinn. My Penn State in 2024 is Penn State again. But but no, so at 25, I'm kind of on the same train with you guys. I've got SMU. I think personally they're going to be able to compete a little bit better in the ACC than they would have the Big 12. So the success they had last year, I see continuing. Maybe not 11-1, but maybe a 9-3, 8-4. I think that'd be a success first year in the Power Five. And then at 24, I've got Brom and Louisville. What they did last year was very good as well. Made it to the ACC championship game. So I think they can continue on that as well. And then at number 23, it's kind of an interesting one here. I've got Texas A&M here. They just had a very good recruiting or a transfer portal class come in. Elko is in there now. Jimbo Fisher is out. And personally, I think having Jimbo Fisher out means more than just about anything. It's addition by subtraction, if you will. 22, I've got Kansas Jayhawks as well. Listen, Kansas, man, they seem to always in the past, 2 years, I say always, 2 years, stay within this range here. In the top 25, but never really staying cracked down in the top 15 either, as they have made it, there previously during the year. At 21, Quinn, right there with you, man, Miami. Give me the Hurricanes. Recruiting classes have been good the past couple of years. Down there, they just need fan attendance. It's sad. It honestly is very sad, the amount of people that actually come to their games. But I do expect them to have a very good year next year. They lost a bunch of games last year they shouldn't have lost in fashions that are easily turnaroundable. If that's a word, I just made it a word. Think Texas 2 years ago. They lost 5 games, all of which were by single digits. And then the next year they made the playoffs. Not saying Miami's going to make the playoffs, but there's a chance that they could turn those wrongs into rights in 2024. So guys, that's been our spots 21 through 25. Stay tuned for the rest of the list coming up soon.